And even though he got that sentence, I'm not worried about it because I have total confidence in Jennifer Bongine and this appeal process because there was a lot of mistakes made in that in the New York trial and with the defense attorneys and so forth. You know, so um, I have total
Do you?
confidence in the appeals process on that case. So
Mhm.
even though it sounds crazy, 30 years, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, he got 30 years," like they think he's going to do that. No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't even process that. I'm not even processing 30 years with Robert. You know, he's coming home. He's coming home. People can believe what they want to. But
Mhm.
I have faith in that man upstairs.
Mhm.
And I don't believe that he's going to let them just railroad him into the penitentiary and for the rest of his life, you
Mhm.
know.
Bruce, what do
So
you think about Mr. Canick coming in? Do you think that that was part of, there's rumors out there that he was sent in, or a group of people got him together, or do you think? I mean, without, I don't want you to. I mean, if you don't feel like you want to state anything on the attorney specific, but somebody asked if you felt that Canick was part of a takedown. If you could speak on that.
I'm gonna say it like this: Kennick came in on a Titanic, and he the ship did just exactly what it did on its maiden voyage. It sank with my brother on it. That's the only thing I can say, you know.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's how I feel. Kenny
Hmm.
came in on a Titanic and he was the captain of the ship
Hmm.
and the ship sank.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how I feel. I'm not going to get into the specifics. That to me, the whole team, that team, I'm sorry, was like five or six stooges.
Hmm.
How do you do that with somebody's life?
Right.
You know,
Another question about the New York case, if you could speak on it. Somebody is asking if you can state, in your opinion, why that none of the alleged victims who named other people said they were sleeping with whoever, this person, that person, actually named people saying they were, having whatever, whatever they stated. Why, in your opinion, do you think that they let those statements be made, but they were not, none of those people were, brought into court? The prosecutors didn't bring any of them in.
well, simply because of this, whether the statements were true or false, they really don't care about those other people. That's what it looks like to me. Only they got who they want, you
I
know.
see.
So
I see.
this was this was a to me this was a witch hunt. This has been a witch hunt from the days of Jim Derogatis, you know.
Wow.
Um, and people have had it. It's like they've had it in for Robert for quite some time now. And oh my God, I can go through a lot of I can go through a lot of names and so forth that I believe that was involved in this whole thing with from the making of surviving R. Kelly and things that led up to him being arrested. So um, it can go back. I can go back with lots of names and so forth, but it's ridiculous. I mean, for so many people to be after one man,
Right.
and
Right.
Robert had a very and I'm not gonna say had. He still has an impact. He still has an impact on the industry, even though he's locked up. It and it's nothing that they can do because they feel like because Robert is locked up and because he was found guilty, everybody needs to stop playing his music. And guess what? That's not gonna happen. That ain't never gonna happen. He's planted a seed that's gonna grow forever. As long as his material is out here in this world, it ain't nothing that they can do about it. You can say what you want to say. People gonna play his music. I'm gonna forever play his music. You know,
Right. There's
I'm
no stopping
going
that.
to new music from him. You know,
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah. One thing I would like to ask is if you could do something for your brother, anything at all, uh, what would that be? What could you do for R. Kelly? What would your wishes be for your brother Robert Kelly?
Well, to be totally honest, Sasha, the the most important thing right now is to keep him strong. You know, is to keep his spirits up and
Mm,
um, just let him know that he still have a lot of people out here that love and support him. You know,
absolutely.
regardless
Absolutely.
of you know. I'm sorry.
I said, absolutely, there are. There's a lot of strong support, not just in the United States, but in the UK, all over the world. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of people over here on this channel that I know that support this channel that want nothing more than but to support him, his family. Question constantly, how are things moving forward with the appeal? Do we know anything more about the appeal? What's going to happen? Free R. Kelly, please release him. There's a lot of supporters, real supporters, and then
Yeah,
there, you know, I know that being the big brother, you're out here speaking on his behalf, and there's people that are questioning, that I know you weren't at the New York trial, but another thing that was brought up was that there was a handful of friends that were at the New York trial. Some of his closer friends were there, and I don't know that they were there the whole time, but and then the god sister of your brother had wanted to speak out, and I believe that she was sick at the time, so she was willing to speak on video at that time, and she wasn't called by the defense. um, can you speak on that? I mean, they would not, I don't know if it was the judge that refused to have her speak, or do you know anything about that? Because, she had been in touch with the attorneys and was planning to speak, is my understanding, but never got to speak.